Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Sam Niels. I'll be alongside me today is the man behind the Twitter X. I don't know why I keep messing that up. Wrestling's Voice of Reason, Scott, as well as the third man, the man in black himself, my co-host from Above the Ring's Rising Sun show, Ethan. We come to you again from Above the Ring in Philly. It's our last night. WrestleMania weekend, come and gone. We were here. We had a great time. We're leaving tomorrow. So, regardless, I don't know, guys. What do we think? What did we think? Was this, as Mr. Paul Levesque said, was one of the greatest, if not the greatest WrestleMania of all time?
I will agree. It was just, yeah. And the fact that we got to do everything. Like, we went to SmackDown. We went to Stand and Deliver. We went to WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. We went to the Raw after Mania. It was just, I'm exhausted. But it's the best type of exhausted. It's just, this was a great weekend, and WrestleMania was just outstanding.
Yeah, it went by way too quick. I'm not gonna lie. No, I thought. I'll be honest. I like night 2 better than night 1 a little bit. This year's WrestleMania was good. I like last year's a little bit better, but this year's was still pretty good. I watched a lot of wrestling on Saturday. Even the GCW collective stuff, that shows were really fun. But WrestleMania was pretty good as well. And Raw after Mania, that was really fun too, with Ilya and Roxanne showing up.
Yeah, it was a really an awesome show. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. As you can see, I'm wearing my Philly hat because that's going to be my new personality trait. Everyone's going to be like, yo, you eat the Mania? Yeah, yes, I was. So
it's Philly Sam.
Before we get into my nights 1 and 2, due to the fact that these do count for the new Bedlam Media Championship, let's just go through the results quickly of Ring of Honor and NXT.
All right, so Ring of Honor Supercard. I'm probably the only one who watched the show. I'm not going to lie. So pre-show matches was Premier Athletes Ari Daivari, Josh West, Tony Nese defeat Adam Priest, Red Ties, Tony Deppen at 8 minutes 17 seconds. By the way, that was the mystery team, guys, that you guessed. The former Black Taurus, Black Mortis defeat Blake Christian 8 minutes 41 seconds. That was a do not count match because it was literally the last minute. Cole Carter, Griff Garrison defeats Banshee Now, 8 minutes 32 seconds. And Mariah May defeat Mo Cole 6 minutes 14 seconds. Actual show starts with the TV title, Kyle Fletcher defeat Lee Johnson, 19 minutes and 51 seconds. Stardom 6-1 tag match. Empress X Venus and May Sarah defeating Queen Quest and Tam Nakal, 14 minutes and 27 seconds. Ring of World Tag Team titles on the line. Undisputed Kingdom retains over the Affinity at 13 minutes 54 seconds thanks to Warlow, keeping his promise down Cole. For the finals of the Women's Team title tour, Billy Starks defeating Queen Amanita at 17 minutes and 42 seconds. Last minute match, 6-man tag titles on the line. Bull Cup Gold defeating Monster Sauce and Minoru Suzuki, so I can see Mary Grandpa. 5-minute honor, Don Castle joined TV at 22 minutes and 6 seconds. Semi-main, Athena retains the West August Karashida at 22 minutes 31 seconds. And Mark Briscoe on the anniversary of his brother Jay winning the Ring World title, ironically 11 years to the day, defeat Eddie Kingston at 24 minutes and 13 seconds. Actually, that show was pretty fun. I just watched the TV top. The main show, really. The pre-show was skippable. I'm not going to lie. And me and Sam won that show, by the way. Tied.
All right. Let's hop over to NXT Stand and Deliver.
At 1 o'clock Eastern, or my time, lunchtime for you guys. Joe Casey v. Sean Spears on the pre-show at 9 minutes and 5 seconds. A little surprised by that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Main show starts with NXT titles on the line. A little surprised by this, but kind of not. The Wolf Dogs retain over Axiom Needed 3 short 11 23 seconds. But there's a rematch on tonight's NXT. And I swear to God, they changed the titles. And what was the point of the retaining at Stand and Deliver?
Don't even get me started about that. Yeah, seriously.
North American title. Honestly, this was my match of the night. We had the Haas Division title on the line, North American title. With February turns over Dijak and Giants Briggs at 15 minutes. Honestly, Dijak should have won the title. That's my hot take.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Even though I didn't pick Dijak to win, I kind of was hoping he won, but oh well. It's my match of the night. 6-woman tag match. Honestly, this was my least favorite match of the show. Found Haley, Klein, Jordan, and Thea Hill defeating Izzy Dan, JCJ, and Keon James 11 minutes 41 seconds. Roxanne Perez comes to 2-time Warriors champion over Larry Carey 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Honestly, she don't really need the title, but I'll give it whatever. Ilya dragging up for Tasty X against Tony the Angel at 17 minutes and 5 seconds. Probably the longest match of the show. And the main event, Trick Williams defeated Carmel Hayes at 14 minutes and 47 seconds. And Zach won that show. Me and Scott did horrible. The two guys who watch NXT weekly.
What the hell? Yeah, it was ridiculous. But yeah, congrats to our champ. Zach win on that one.
Well, boys, let's get right into night one of WrestleMania. Let me tell you, it was weird. Scott and I have both been to a Mania before. All right, I was at. I think it's considered the 2 nights aside. If you took out the 2 nights of Mania, 33 I think is considered the longest Mania, or 35, 35 or 30.
35 because it went to when the women's main event started. It was after midnight Eastern.
Yeah. But yeah, 33 was they just got long.
Yeah.
That was when they were 17, 15, 17 matches on a card.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So,
I don't miss that at all.
No, not at all. No. So it was nice that these were split up between the 2 nights. We didn't have. Excuse me, man. That's the weather. That's the cold weather coming out of my.
2/3 of the show are down with cold, so Scott's the only healthy one out of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that to be in the whatever?
So,
you guys were in the cold. I was home.
yeah, we had the wind directly running at us.
Yeah. It was.
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
7 matches for night 1, 6 matches for night 2. First match of the night: Rhea Ripley taking on and defeating Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I love the fact that I was reading up on this. Is that I guess Rhea had like a panic attack right before this match, and then she went out and had an absolute banger.
Yeah,
so God bless for this woman to be able to go out and do that. Also, I think Rhea had the best entrance out of both nights. I loved the whole Rock aesthetic with her coming out. Seth Rollins for night 2, I would say would have the second best, but that's
I agree with that. I'll tell the other entrance later in the show, but and props to Becky for going down. Ironically, as me and Sam were probably sound like shit, but she had 102 fever, so can't bitch too much. But I like how her gear was pretty much her book cover.
Yes,
that was that. It took me a second. I was like, "Is that her book cover?" And then somebody was like, "I was talking with Buddy Money." He's like, "Yeah, that's her book." I'm like, "Huh." But motionless and white. Poor McAfee. Corey Graves had to tell Pat McAfee like 5 times for this guy who the band was. I'm like, Pat, please stop, man. I'm sorry. I know you guys. I do like Pat, but he's starting to get unbearable on commentary. Like, I'll get the Rock.
I know he's gone more heelish recently, and it has its charms, but I can see where it can get a little annoying at times. Remember, we didn't hear it with.
No, I know.
When we go home, I'm going to rewatch it. I think Sam said he's going to do it too. So we could see, because commentary always adds to these things.
Yeah.
Plus, we can actually see it where we can actually, not see the wrestlers when they're this big.
There were other things, but we'll get into that.
He was more annoying on Raw than he was during Mania, so I'll give him a slight pass. But I thought, like Scott said, this was a banger. Ethan picked 8 out of 10.
Great way to start off the show. I love this. The opening with Motionless and White, who I've seen before. And just a side note, Ethan, I think that's a metalhead thing. People will, any other act that was on there is cool. The moment metal comes out, they get all weird and, which is screamo stuff. Yeah, go screw. Go kick rocks.
Don't touch. Cry me a fucking river.
But anyways, great match.
By the way, she actually won with live music because most of when people come with the live music, they lose.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a stat?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, legit. Randy Orton lost. Bray Wyatt lost at the same Mania. WrestleMania 30, both of them had live entrances and they lost. Rousey lost at 35.
Yep.
Other Triple H at 21 and 17, ironically. I think that's it off the top of my head. But Triple H went out because he did it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But final opening match, 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it was a good way to kick off the night. Actually, kick off the weekend, technically. Yeah. So, hopping to night 2, we had the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We got to give our flowers to Scott for calling this out.
The split.
Just
hearing Michael Cole say,
"Yeah, you were talking about the big show.
The belts are going to be taken down." I'm like, wait a minute. Does that mean we're actually finally going to get a split? And then lo and behold, I'm like, yes, split.
So we had A-Town Downtown Under winning the
SmackDown.
The SmackDown ones.
Yep.
And then
Sam called that one.
Truth.
Awesome truth, man. this whole match again. These first two matches I thought were incredible. This was so much fun. I was telling Scott, we'll talk about it later. What was the bigger pop? What was the bigger moment of the night? Was it Sami Zayn down the card, or was it when R-Truth finally gets a actual title that's not the 24/7 title?
Right, and he finally got his WrestleMania moment because
his first win, guys. His first win.
That's what I was going to mention. Like I remember, I was pretty sure Ethan said that R-Truth was 0 whatever at WrestleMania.
0-8.
Yeah. So to see him actually get a win, that was a huge pop. I enjoyed that.
I called that.
Huh?
I called that Truth winning.
You did. The funny part though, when A-Town Down pulled down the SmackDown titles, the crowd was just like, "Oh."
yeah, they got the belts because it was like 7 or 8 minutes. It was super early in the match, right? And they pulled it. I like the spot where so it was DIY or DX from Wish. Because I'm sorry, Tommaso Ciampa looks like Triple H. Sorry, Tommaso Hemsley or Triple H.
It's Regeneration X, damn it.
So they threw everybody out, and they were gonna go for that, and like they were about to, and then Truth's like, well, there's 2 stats while we both climb. I'm like, thank you, Truth. You know what's going on. And then A-Town was like, get out. And then they grabbed the towels, and the crowd went dead. Literally, they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then Grayson Waller, by the way, I like how he held the title, and he got powerbombed for the ladder. I'm like, great spot, Waller. And he's holding his towel like this, just like down and out.
Yeah.
And also during the end of the match, Priest was grabbing the ladder or going in front of the climbing, and a little bit of the ladder on the other side he wasn't climbing was starting to like bend. And Jessica Carr's like, Priest, like get a ladder, and you can hear when you watch it on TV, you can literally see her go like tapping his ankle, like, hey, like get a new ladder, like that one's breaking. And in other way, Priest said, but Miz climbs up the ladder and he does the self of heaven choke slam, but the ladder kind of gave out.
Yep.
So and Priest's like, I'm fucking doing the spot. I'm like,
yeah, we were sitting up, we were looking, and our friend Alex was kind of like leaned over. He's like, "Does that ladder look like it's bending?" I'm like, "Yeah, it does." This is hopefully they get rid of it. And then as soon as that happens, that's when that moment happens, and they go and get a new ladder. So I'm like, "Whew, that could have been."
What a bump by JD too for the 2 tables at ringside, and Pete Dunne Pete Dunne laying on his head that one final beat from Gargano. I was like, "Holy shit, what a bump!"
It was nuts.
But I got 1/2 of them right, so I'll take a half victory lap.
I am excited.
And Sam too.
Yeah, no, like I said, I love a good annoying
dickbag
title holder or tag team.
Yeah.
Because especially, when they're annoying as fuck, especially these two, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are like the epitome of like aggravating in WWE.
Very punchable faces.
Yeah,
as Kevin Owens would know.
Yeah, and I haven't watched the product too often, but I know them enough to go, man, it would be so awesome and annoying as champions. So I'm glad I got that one right.
Yeah.
Scott's the only one who didn't get any teams right.
I went with my heart instead of my brain.
Yeah,
that's what needs to happen.
But I'm glad Truth though did finally get his big moment because like I said, like he was 0-8, which is crazy. And Woods dressed like his old TNA gear, Consequences Creed, and then the trust fall spot was cool from Kofi. I felt bad for New Catch so they're coming in the ring and they still had the Austin Truth graphic. I'm like, and Michael's like, guys,
no, change the graphics. Someone's gonna get fired.
It's like, and Cole's like, guys, wrong team, and Corey Grace like, I think the guy's fingers froze and give him a pass. I'm like, yeah, that's probably let's just go with that. Let's just go with freezing weather.
It was. So
it was. Just to clarify, guys, we were up in the 200 section, and we were telling Ethan beforehand, we had the wind going right at us. I forgot my coat. I had my hoodie. I had one of the jerseys I bought. I had my V-neck on, and it went right through me. And
it was shivering.
I could feel myself actually getting sick in real time. It's insane. I've never had that happen before. Yeah. I woke up the following morning. I was miserable. But then it was nice the following day. So we will get into that.
Our chief meteorologist, Michael Cole, kept updating us every fucking 20 minutes. The temperature is 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Shut up!
There's a point. Not to jump ahead, but there was a point during the main event where one of the guys in our section, you hear him go, oh! Because remember, The Rock was in his, his just onesie.
He
was in his fucking
just in his trunks. That's
his
it.
trunks, and you have this guy behind.
His underwear.
Oh, so the stipulation: whoever doesn't die wins.
Okay, I mean, it's cold. I mean, they probably had heaters under the ring to keep them warm, but
Yeah, they did.
The ring was heated.
okay. I'll get to the main event after because speaking of Rock, I'll get to him and Chat Pad later because I thought what he said was fucking funny.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So up next, talk about people we don't care about. Rey Mysterio and Andrade taking on defeating Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Sorry, we're talking about people that don't matter. So I think Dirty Dom was
Sam Savage comment of the night, number 1.
No, it was funny to
Oh, by the way, the ladder match was 7 out of 10. By the way, sorry, forgot to give it a rating. 7 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, this match was there. I mean, the
Yeah.
best part of it was when you had Jason Kelsey and was it Lane Johnson? I think was the other
Lane Johnson, yeah. Who?
Yeah, they show up and they help Ray. They help Ray win. Andrade as a face is an interesting choice. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I'm hoping he goes back heel because he is a better heel.
I agree with that.
But it is nice to have him back. But yeah, the match was just it was there. It was all right. It was cool. We had a moment with the Eagles guys, and the Philly crowd was excited about it. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
This was my second least favorite match on the show. Oh, the first one we'll talk about after. You probably know what it is, but this was there for me. Like, I mean, I wish they could have did more. Like, I feel like they could have done lots of Lucha Libre stuff, but I mean, I don't know how this. I think this went like 12 minutes. I think it went 11, 12 minutes, something like that.
11 minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly the same amount of time as the next match.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Which is okay. But anyway, this match, I just went 6 out of 10, but I don't really care these 4 face off again. This was disappointing, honestly. I'm not going to lie. It was just like Scott said, it's just fair for me.
This feud should have ended on SmackDown. I really don't feel like
it felt like more with SmackDown, like Scott or Raw.
It didn't really need
a TV match. Or pre-show.
So this one, again, I haven't watched it in a while, but this is one of those feuds where I think if Dominic wasn't in it, I think you could have gotten away with having this on the main card. But I feel like the Dominic race was at last Mania.
Yeah, there was no real need for. I mean, Dominic's been doing great work since he joined Judgment Day, but to immediately throw him back into his father's stuff when he hasn't done anything to do with his father.
Yeah, I did not get that.
It was just kind of like, oh, let's just throw this in for a Mania match type of thing. So
honestly, I would have took the Ray at Santos match from SmackDown a couple weeks ago, I think it was. Or I can't keep. But a couple weeks ago, and then put it on this shit. That's what I thought they were going to do. Like maybe honestly, I would have done a 10-person tag. Honestly,
yeah,
I think that would. Well, because LW came out anyway the whole time, and Legato, all them came out, so you could just did them for about Joaquin did his NXT final spot, which I was happy. Yeah. Carlito's like, "Are you sure?" And Joaquin's like, "Yes, do it." Wee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not as high as his NXT one, but still pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one was just like, all right. Going to match 4, we had Jay taking on defeating his brother Jimmy Uso.
Here's my E-stinker of the night.
Yeah, I hated that this
the super kick spam match, I call it.
I mean, it was a super kick party. It was, minus the Young Bucks. But, I mean, it was just, I don't know. I felt like they could have done so much with this. I don't know if it was just, didn't have enough time or they shouldn't have been nervous because they were in the main event of last year's WrestleMania. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it fell flat for me. And I hate saying that because I had such high hopes for this match.
Me too. I was actually pretty, but I just went 5 out of 10 and literally my notes was super kick, punch, super kick, literally every third or fifth where I was writing was super kicks. I'm like, guys, come on, take a break from super kicks.
However,
goes to splash.
However, had this been like a Gunther and Minoru Suzuki chest slap match, we'd be 5 stars across the board.
But we expect that from those two.
Murder Grandpa. Yeah.
We expect from the Ring General and Murder Grandpa, but it's Jimmy. I was actually excited, and I went 11 minutes. I was like, that's it. Like it felt like it just ended up like I said, it was pretty much a super kick party. Well, the Young Bucks, and then it was a bunch of spears, and then the only spot I liked was the video package. That's what I liked about the fucking match was the video package.
They built this up like this was the next Owen Hart Bret Hart feud.
Yeah, it was not.
I see someone on Facebook. They're like, they made Matt and Jeff look like Bret and Owen.
Ouch.
I was like, oof. But I mean, the guy was not fully wrong. I have to agree.
No,
I don't think anybody's topping Bret and Owen, to be honest with you.
Oh, that was a masterpiece of a match.
But yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. This was the weakest thing on this night for me.
Yeah. So let's hop over to the next one. Number 5. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeating Damage Control.
Called it.
I mean, I think this was like the free square on the bingo card. Like, there was no way in hell Jade Cargill was losing her first match.
I think this was all about Jade.
It was a presentation for her the whole time, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, people want to bitch and complain about Bianca Belair not being anywhere near the title. Who cares? People need to cycle through. This is how this works. You're helping somebody who's just coming to this company, who had a lot of fanfare in AEW, and it's like you want to get her ready for what the WWE can give to, you know, both to her and for her to give to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they did it. They did a great job. You know, it's nice to see Naomi there as well. You know, and Bianca's on the card. Be happy. People need to just stop bitching all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, honestly, off of that logic, if I was to be that guy and be like, I want my favorite wrestler to be around the title all the time, it would be like, you'd be Gunther, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, like those people. But you know what? Like you said, you got to sift.
You got to cycle through. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you probably got the biggest and best storyline WWE's probably done in the whole 21st century with the guy that everyone was booing.
Correct.
Like pre-COVID.
Yep.
So, not much to say there.
Wait, we got to wait, hold on. Whoa! God damn! I know you're trying to get this down, bro. Come on. The 6. I mean, yeah, like I said, I do like the both of their entrances. I thought those were pretty cool. I think Jade and them were supposed to be the X-Men. I think.
Maybe
I know. I don't know, but there's supposed to be someone would correct us. Please do. But I thought Jade looked like a star. Did anybody see that Mark Henry clip? About Kari's bashing Kairi Sane?
That's bullshit. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. Apparently, Mark Henry was upset because Kairi Sane took an extra couple of seconds to get out of the ring when Jade and all them.
Everybody was roasting him. I like Mark, but dude, that was a shitty take you did.
It was. I watched the video of it of him and watching like they had like the top down video like Mark.
Henry and Kairi
out of the ring with everybody else. It's just like, calm down. It's unnecessary. There was no need for that comment to make. Like I said, same as Ethan. I love Mark Henry, but just stop. Just stop.
And speaking of busted open, we had another co-host on night 2, which we'll get to. But honestly, this was 6 out of 10. I mean, Dakota looked good. We kind of knew she was going to get pinned, honestly. And I felt so bad for when Asuka did the miss. You know how when she does the miss, people pop for it?
Yeah.
Nobody popped for that at all, unless it delayed or no one mic'd up super well. And when Bianca did her hair whip with Asuka,
no, people
a little bit, but it wasn't like super, super loud. Like, oh shit, whipped her with with Sasha 37.
Right. I mean, that was like the perfect whip, though. It's just, that was insane. But I mean, people kind of popped for the whip. The miss, I went, oh shit, she just missed it, Kyrie. That was just my reaction to it. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, now we can move on to the next match.
Yeah. Well, there were a couple. Like I said, I think. That match, that's one of those I might have run to the bathroom at that point because I pissed like a racehorse. But I think one of the reasons I want to go back and definitely watch it is so I can reevaluate everything. Because like Scott said, night 1 I think was a little more difficult to focus on due to the wind and the cold. And a lot of people were freezing and we were just trying to keep ourselves entertained so we wouldn't become like, some like frozen, like, man they find up in the stadium in like 10,000 years, which I don't know why some the body up there for 10,000 years frozen in Philadelphia. But second to last match, Sami Zayn taking on defeating Gunther to end the 660-day title reign.
66. It's a devil.
666 days. What an ironic day to lose your title. But
I know I picked I picked Gunther on this one.
we all did, I think.
We all did. This was an all clean sweep. Fuck, the one time I should. Fuck. Oh, well. Well, we no one really knew, right? But as soon as they were doing the Rocky story, like when they showed his wife and Kevin Owens, were they showing it on the big screen for you guys?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, we saw everything, yeah.
I like how Owens was there, and that was a nice touch, honestly, with like KO and Sammy. He's like, I like how he just slapped him, like, go get him. I'm like,
yeah.
That's the Canadian way, I guess. But
fired him up. It worked.
Fired him up. I love how he brought back El Generico.
Yeah, no, this match ruled. This was, I think, one of those few matches I think of the night where I was genuinely like shocked because I'm like, there's no way this is gonna happen. And I think you looked at me a couple times like, this is gonna happen. Yeah. You're like, this is it.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. Ethan picked for me 9 out of 10. This was my match of the night.
Yeah.
I love the break. The only nitpick I got was when Gunther kept power. Like, I thought there was a little bit too much kickouts for my liking, but I mean it's WrestleMania. Like that's like Gunther and him went from.
He's at 100 at WrestleMania, so you need at least 4 or 5, finishers to get people down.
Sammy's wife was good though, because like Gunther was like, "See your husband," and then she's like, "Go, Sammy," and then he did the splash a couple of times, and I thought I think the third one was gonna be. I'm like, all right, we're gonna keep going. And he kicked out. I'm like, the one time I'll pick a Canadian, goddammit. But I love the brain buster. I was like, El Generico. And Michael Cole actually was like, brain buster.
I did see the thing afterwards.
I'm like, yes. So 2 or 3 hula kicks. It was always like, spam finishers. Yeah. But it took 3. But honestly, I kind of wish it was Gable, but whatever. I like Sami Zayn. Honestly, he don't really need the title, but it's a nice feel. He finished his story.
I think. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but getting back into the WWE stuff. Sammy doesn't need it, but Sammy has the weight to be the guy to end the reign. Yeah. I'm not sure if Chad would have been the perfect guy to do it. But Sammy has just this like underdog feature of him. Yeah. Especially after coming off the Bloodline reign title match from last year. Yeah. So I think it was Sammy. For all we know, he's gonna lose it in Montreal to Chad.
I can't wait for that. By the way, Ludwig Kaiser called Sammy a bum, and I messaged Sam Scott. I'm like, I'm not a bum.
I saw, yeah.
By the way, the running check, people's like, oh, with WrestleMania, Sam was like, hey, you're on now. I'm like, ah, shit. This is awkward, but people are like, for people who don't know, basically the running joke is, I forget who commented, Tito said the first one, he's like, you look like Sami Zayn. I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. And then Sam's like, you're on now. I'm like, yeah. And then Ludwig's like, look at this bum you're calling channel. I'm like, I'm not a bum.
So when we were in the Reading Terminal, which is right near the convention center, and we were grabbing food, I think Sunday. Alex and I, we were standing in line for those cookies, and all of a sudden I see this really tall guy holding a baby walking by, and I'm like, hey, that guy kind of looks like Gunther. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, he just walked out the door. And I was just like, who's that? He's like, yeah. And I told Scott's like, oh, yeah, Santos Escobar was down a ways anyways.
We were walking around the indoor Philly markets that they have. One of the highlights of Philadelphia, by the way, if you ever stop here. Those markets are they're great. There's stuff everywhere. I'm walking around. I was looking for particular stuff, and the boys are waiting in the line to get some really phenomenal cookies. And I was just walking, and all of a sudden I just see Santos Escobar just cut right in front and just keep walking. I'm just like, whoa, that's cool. I'm like, I gotta tell the boys when I get back. And I walked out and found the guys, and like Gunther just walked by. I was like, Jesus Christ.
But it was fun. Like someone took a picture at the hotel bar, and they saw Damian Priest, Lana, and Jimmy Uso at the bar. I'm like, well, one of them should not be there. If you catch my drift, maybe Jimmy's had a non-alcoholic beer, but I should be making jokes. Sorry, everybody. No, if you're offended, but whatever.
Let's talk about part 1 of the series finale, known as the Bloodline. Right?
Second longest main event, by the way, under Bret Hart shot at 12.
44 minutes, 35 seconds. The Bloodline, the Rock and Roman, with, as somebody else predicted, Rock pinning Cody Rhodes and defeating both him and Seth freaking.
I'm so glad that was an extra point because I would have been fucked.
Okay, so there are things about my thoughts.
Spoiler.
My thoughts here, and it wasn't like it was bad. And again, this is why I want to go back and rewatch, because I could go back and rewatch it. This is awesome. The part for me, I think I didn't like the most out of this match was when they both got out of the ring and they went like this. You know, you had one pair going to the stage, the other pair going like into the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching, like you can see what The Rock and I think it was Seth's doing, and then
Rock and Seth in the crowd and Cody Roman were fighting on the stage.
Yeah, and it was all over the place, and I was just like, well, this isn't Bloodline, but whatever.
It could have been. It should have been.
But I think outside of that, I mean, it was surreal. Let me say that.
The Rock kind of looked like he didn't miss a beat. Like you could kind of tell like towards the end he was gassed, and people on the internet obviously were all over that as well, which is fine. I even made comments during the match. I'm like, I think Rock is gassed. Like, 'cause you can see like
I was there, yeah.
Breathing a little heavy, it's fine, but Rock's just like, I'm like, oh, dude, calm down. Like, I know.
I think when he went to go do the People's Elbow, that's where you really saw it.
Yeah,
that's where I seen it the most. But well, the reason why they it was going to AEW for a second, relaxed rules, because Chad Patton started counting, and Rock's like, no, you fucking count me out again, I'm firing your ass. I'm The Rock. Fuck you. I'm like, there's The Rock.
I saw him yelling at the ref, so and then after that, when they were going outside, I'm like, Rock must have made this no DQ or something, because
he's like, I'm your boss, I can fire you. And then he low blowed. I think it was Cody from Chad, and and I like how the ref walked over to Cody. He's like, sorry, like basically, if I DQ him, I'm fired.
Yep, pretty much.
But literally, Rock can do that because he's TK legit on the board. So, what happened? Oh, I got fired for DQing The Rock. Huh. Imagine that firing story. That'd be funny.
Though, yeah.
Not gonna lie, that'd be kind of funny, but
it was quite the match, though. Let's just say, first and foremost, we got to see, if you told me that I was gonna be at 20 years ago was the first Mania I remember following to watch, because you knew wrestling, by that point, but for me it was like I didn't get to watch 20 live because we didn't have cable, so we couldn't get the pay-per-view. But I remember waiting and be like, oh man, this is going to be the biggest WrestleMania ever. And if I went back now, go back 20 years ago, Sam, you're going to be there in 20 years, WrestleMania 40, and The Rock is going to be wrestling in the main event
of night 1 of 2. WrestleMania is now 2 nights now.
I think
I
would like probably stroke out. Like it was that I thought was really cool. Again, you tell non-wrestling fans, oh yeah, WrestleMania this weekend. Oh, that's cool. The Rock is wrestling in the main event. Excuse me?
Right.
What?
What do you mean? Dwayne Johnson's wrestling? What? My favorite part is when I get non-wrestling fans, and I had this happen to me twice before I came here. They're like, did you know that The Rock used to wrestle? I did, because I wrestled.
Yeah, I did.
Start to finish.
Yeah, don't shoot.
Was a wrestler before he was an actor? Yes.
Why do you think he became an actor?
Right. Very successful.
I think this match for me, it just started to fit. Like outside of the ring, yeah, it was a little
much.
To me, it felt a little rough. And again, we were getting cold. But then, like when they got back into the ring, it started to pick up again.
Yeah. And
they started to like really just.
This match could have also been 15 minutes shorter, and it would have been fine.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got to bring that up. By the way, like I said, this is the second longest main event. The first one being Brett and Sean from 12. This did not need to go 45 minutes, honestly. Like Scott said, this should have 15 minutes should have been cut. Wasn't that whole last hour Mania pretty much the main event because of the entrances and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I thought the first half was kind of like not bored, but just kind of there for me. But like with Samson when they got back after the brawling in the ring or outside the ring, like then it's like I kind of wish they brought more Mama Rhodes into it a little bit more because like Raw kept talking smack to her, but I was waiting for her to like jump the barricade and like slap him or something. Because he's been even at the Hall of Fame, but like people were like going after the Rock because he had dunked his grandmother and it basically cut a promo on Cody. I'm like,
I
okay.
liked that. I liked it because it led.
I did too, yeah.
So it made sense for him to do it. I wish that he wouldn't have done it at like midnight or 1:00 by that time. It should have been like one of the earlier ones, but it is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah, but I thought this was I just went a 9 out of 10. This was they got something in that barricade spot, by the way. That timekeeper one.
Yeah,
That and the announce tables got broken like 5 times the entire WrestleMania weekend.
Pretty much.
Yeah, night 1, great. Let's hop over. Let's talk about night 2. 6 matches. Opening the night.
Oh, 7, Sam. Get it right.
Technically.
No, technically 7, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about matches 1 and 2 then. Nerds. Drew McIntyre taking on defeating Seth freaking Rollins by pinfall.
I was happy.
This is what I will say. I think putting this one on first
Was smart
because I forgot who I was explaining this to. I was explaining to somebody, and they go, after the main event from the night before, they're going to play off the part that he's injured, he's hurting, he's exhausted from the night before. So it's going to give him a good reason to lose the belt.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was great. I love how you were sitting there and you were like, oh yeah, Drew's just going to do a Claymore, and that's it.
I was kidding. And then literally the bell rings, Drew hits a Claymore, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like I thought they were going to do the WrestleMania 28 with Sheamus and Bryan for the 12 seconds. I'm like, I said, because as soon as the bell ring, boom, I was like, holy shit, yeah, let's go. But
I had the whole area around me laughing because I'm like, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it.
That was an oopsies. I didn't mean to. But it was funny. Like Drew suplex belly step on the outside, and he went over. I didn't know that was his wife and brother or brother-in-law at the time. Like in the crowd where he took the selfie. I was like,
he tweets.
Yeah. That tweet was so middle of a match. He pulled an MJF and he's like, and then next to it he's like, fuck. But I like how, by the way, like the podium with the title. I actually really like that. Instead of the timekeepers, they put it like by the table.
Yeah, present the title, make it mean. Yeah, make it.
That was cool.
Exactly.
This was like a spam finisher match. It was like Claymore stomp on the table. But Drew, that was great. I was so glad he finally got his in front of a real crowd. And Scott, I called this. I said Punk was gonna fuck him over. He got he got cocky for like 5. I'm like, okay, they're keeping on the camera for because I wasn't really expecting. I was just saying that for the extra point. But I was thinking like maybe Punk's like, all right, screw. Like Drew gets cocky, throws the title in Punk's face, and then Punk's like beats him up for a bit. Yeah. And then it's funny. I looked down for a second, and next thing I know, Priest is already a ringside. I was like, what the fuck? Like he bolted down there. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. He was down there, and he got his extra point.
He did.
Thank you, Priest. Thank you. I was like, yeah. Oh, cash in. I need this. I gotta beat Scott at something for once. And then
your senior world heavyweight champion.
Senior. I like how one thing what I hate before with the refs, like when they cash in, they're like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you positive?" I'm like, just yes, and because everybody knows the Carmelo Mike Chioda incident, and then Eddie, I think it was Eddie, I forget his last name, but he's like, "Just ring the bell. It's cold. Ring the bell. Let's just go." And then he hit stuff ahead of it, and then Drew's like, and then Punk's sitting cross like clapping. I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Punk's gonna be on 2 TV shows this week because he was on Raw, and now he's gonna be on Dynamite tomorrow. As we're recording this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that sometime down the road. Anyways,
yes. But I'm glad for Priest. I was happy for Priest. He deserved this in all seriousness.
He did. I thought this was a good way to, first of all, give Drew one of his WrestleMania moments.
Yes. In front of a lot of fans.
in front of the fans. It was exciting. And then to give, and I've been following Damian since he was Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor.
Me too.
And I'll tell you right now, his name changer is one of the greatest name changes I think from Ring of Honor to WWE I've ever seen, because Punishment Martinez was not a great name. But that aside, I think he's where he should be.
By the way, Drew had my second favorite entrance, actually. Seth was my number 3.
Drew's was good too. I really enjoyed Drew.
It kind of like Taker's at 20 or in 14, where Taker came down, like they were closing the fire stick thingamajiggers, and then with Drew's it was like the swords. Like every time you walk by, like I thought that was pretty. Feels like I'm doing ballerina.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that show Vikings too, in a way. But
So I will be honest with you, Seth's entrance, because Ashley and I will get ready to go to New Orleans for her birthday this year.
I got that vibe too. I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, that's exactly what that was. It was that like New Orleans jazz, and I'm like, this is incredible. I sent Ashley the video, and she goes, "What is that?" I go, "That's a New Orleans Mardi Gras parade."
Yep.
She's like, why am I not there?
Yeah.
So I'm losing it.
You bastard! You went too early. Some people were making the joke. They're like Rosebud from Wish.
Well, no, I'm like, no, not from Wish, on drugs. Like, you remember Rosebuds were? These guys were like, woo, next level. I was like, holy shit.
I felt like I was stoned watching that entrance. I was like, there's so many colorful people. Oh my god. By the way, I love the 8K cameras. They brought those back, by the way, for the entrances. I like the introductions. When you watch it, guys, it does like big fight feels. So they bring the 8K cameras, and when Drew was the challenger, they put challenger, and then for Seth, they're like champion.
Yeah, we did see that. I mentioned that during night 1 when they did that too, and I was just like, oh, I like that change. That it just makes it feel like more of a big fight feel type of thing.
Yeah, like UFC or whatever kind of thing. But I thought that was cool. I didn't know if they would show that live or not, but I guess for the big screen.
We saw the big screens. Yeah.
Well, never mind then. But by the way, Seth and Drew 8 out of 10 for me, and then I'm not gonna rate the cash in because it was like 5 seconds.
What's we haven't talked about this because I know cage match has like a time limit. It's like if it's under I think 5 minutes, they won't.
Yeah, after 5, no ratings, no.
That's a good call. Good call. All right. So up next we have the Pride, Bobby Lashley, Angela Dawkins, Montez Ford take on Fiend in the final testament carrying Cross, Ackerman, Razor in a Philadelphia street fight with our special guest referee from Philadelphia himself, Mr. Bubba Ray Dudley.
That was a nice surprise.
Speaking of, and Snoop Dogg was on. Oh, Snoop Dogg on commentary was fucking hilarious. He came out in green, so they came out in green, like Philadelphia Eagle colors. And Snoop Dogg's like, "Where's the green at?" Like tumbleweed. And Pat's like, "We know what you're talking about, Snoop." That was fun. And Snoop's like, "Where are the tables at? Like dining tables?" And Michael Cole's just like, "Oh my god, Snoop." And Snoop was pretty fun. And Corey's like, yeah. I think he was thrown off guard, but I felt bad towards the end where Cross they got put on the table, and then the table broke. We had the table spot just broke the first time.
Yeah.
And then before that, I was waiting for D1 to come out because Bubba Ray put the glasses on. I was waiting for D1 to pop up behind. Surprised he didn't, but I get why. But I like how they're teaching him to do the what's on bully. And Bubba, I keep calling him bully. I'm calling him bully. But he's like, no, little wider. And then he walks away. He's like, all right, do the what's on. And Angela's like, okay. Boom. And Snoop Dogg's like, Nutcracker's my favorite movie. He was, when you guys go back, he was funny. But for me, this was the weakest thing on night 2 for me. I just went 6 out of 10. And by the way, 5-Finger Death Punch might have to file a cease and desist for Bobby Lashley Street Profits because they have a song called The Pride.
This was the beginning of I'll call Lightgate for us at night.
Yeah. 2. So if you guys are listening, you were there. You probably know. If not, so we had an issue where somebody had the lights right above the Jumbotron. The first time it was the Jumbotron. There's one light, and then there was a light on the far end of the screen where the scoreboard was, just flashing at the top, and we couldn't see anything.
Nothing. Well, could barely see the big screens because the light was that intense in our face.
Turn the lights off.
we just didn't stop. We didn't stop because it was irritating because you pay all this money.
Was it like this, guys?
But yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah.
But honestly, they needed this win, though, and I hope this feud's over. And by the way, I gotta give props to Scarlett and BFAT for taking that fucking Russian leg sweep off the apron for the table. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I do remember that. Yep.
So
that was nuts. Yeah.
Following that, we had our good old friend, Mr. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Taking on defeating AJ Styles again. Light gate. This is when I think this is where the crowd got the rowdiest.
Yes, because they were done. They were pissed off at that point.
There was.
Yeah, I heard that. That I did hear because it was I could just barely hear, but I heard they were censoring a few times. They're like, "Turn the fucking lights off!" I heard one guy yell.
Yeah, there was a few times the chant got real loud.
There was one time I think AJ was trying to go up on the turnbuckle and he's looking up and what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, I saw that because I was because the crowd was kind of not fully dead, but kind of making some noise. And I remember everybody, I think it was off camera, so they're like, boo, boo. I was like, somebody getting kicked out? But I'll get to Bailey Neal because someone did get kicked out for some nasty comments, but I'll get to that later. But AJ, AJ looked up, the hell? By the way, that's two WrestleMania matches that AJ got fucked over by her light. Because 35 Warren, and then by 7 out of 10 for me. I'm glad LA Knight got the win. It's his first WrestleMania, so yeah.
Was it his first? No, that was the Rumble. We did the
Rumble same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was good. Again, the lights killed it for this. We were just so irritated. Luckily, it was warmer. That was the problem. It was you either get the warmth or you get the light. You got no choice. I actually saw somebody who bought tickets where the tickets had limited visibility, and they were standing their seat was right behind one of the light fixtures, and you couldn't see anything. It's wow, that's awesome.
That sucks, yeah.
So, following that, we had Logan Paul take on and retain his U.S. Championship against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Before we hop into the match, I got to make by this point, the light, I think halfway through here, the lights got fixed.
Yes.
But let me tell you, the 200 section was a
pissed.
wild beast. Because this time, they started going after the Prime bottle.
We want Gatorade.
Yeah, Gatorade, H2O,
Water.
Cola,
Powerade,
Coca-Cola,
Pepsi Zero. It was so, my God. Pretty much every major liquid that's non-alcoholic and non-prime had a chant going at some point during this match. It was outstanding.
Yeah, I heard water and Gatorade.
So fun. It's insane.
But KSI was not the mascot this year. It was some cringy YouTuber named iShowSpeed.
Yes, I know.
Someone did not tell him to not swear. This is actually the only part I hate about this match. So, Orton's going to go for his punt. I kind of wish Owen brought that. Whatever. Anyway, so I thought it was going to be KSI again. Oh, okay, here goes KSI again. No, it was iShowSpeed. By the way, I'm not the one who thinks that guy's cringy as fuck. So Orton goes out, he's like, what the fuck? So then I don't know what he was saying. They WWE Network's beep, 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 censoring every 5 minutes. And then he was barking at him. I'm like, what the fuck? And Orton's all right, boots him right, Sparta kicks him in the chest. I did laugh when he barked at him in RKO. Yeah. And now he's with Prime now. I guess getting your ass kicked by WWE Superstar gets you past the Prime. Well, KSI Cohen's it last year, but Speed this year. But this guy, cringiest fucking YouTuber I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but this was match of the night for me.
This is what?
9 out of 10 for me. This is why I match of the night actually. Besides, yeah.
No, this was
up to this point. Sorry.
It was really cool to see him go on. And then there was that point where they were both going to pin him, and they were just we can't do it.
Yeah.
So it was funny. So Owens was going for the RKO, and Owens is like, dude, what the hell? And then he's like, do you just want to get this over with? Okay. And then they start punching. Yeah. It was funny. But I like the spot where he did the swanton and Logan puts his knees up, so he does his own swanton. then he does a standing frog splash like after he hit Owens. I'm like, okay, that was actually a pretty cool spot. I'm not a big fan of Logan Paul. People know that, but I can't deny his talents in the ring.
Yep.
He does a good buckshot layer, but he's gonna get better as buckshot layer because the ones he did at WrestleMania were like when he jumps, like he kind of like bends a little bit, like his knees buckle.
Yeah.
Him and Paige lands on his feet.
We were in WWE World on Sunday, and Rhea Ripley was doing the auction.
The live auctions with Tyler Breed.
And she was talking about Logan Paul because it came up. And she was just like, Logan Paul is like one of the nicest and most respectful guys to come into this industry who's not a wrestler.
A lot of people said that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's always. It was interesting to hear. Not that I'm not gonna knock his talent. He's really good. Some of his takes are stupid. I will say that. Tell me that Oppenheim too much talking, dude. You get your head out of here.
Yeah, that was a stupid thing. But you ever notice every time he has a wrestler on a podcast, he goes into a match review with them, like Rollins, Orton, Ray.
Didn't McAfee have the same thing for a bit too?
Kind of.
Well, was that
with Adam Cole.
Yeah, it was Adam Cole. Yeah.
The only two he didn't feel with Triple H and Cena. Well, Triple H, obviously for health reasons, but pretty much even Roman at Crown Jewel. So I was like, because somebody was talking about that with me and a couple friends were talking about. They're like, you ever notice when he does a podcast, he gets a match review with them? I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even think of that until now. Well, Cena, you're next, I guess. But I thought up to this point, this was my match of the night, honestly.
No, it was really good. It was really good. Again, light gate. I think this one, they didn't have as many light problems. The next one, I know I walked out, so I'm going to, step aside on this one. Bayley taking on and defeating Io Sky for the Women's SmackDown Championship. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's WWE Women's, just the Women's
Championship.
Just Women's title, yeah.
New theme, new entrance. Did they explain that? Because it's now an Egyptian theme, and I'm a little confused by it.
Michael did try to explain, but honestly, I was kind of confused too. I'm not a big fan of Bayley's theme song, new theme, honestly. What'd you think of AJ's, by the way? Speaking of new themes, I bet that's during the LA match.
No, I was not a fan.
I like his old way better. No, okay, we're in agreement. I do like Dean Priest's new theme though. I do like his new theme.
That was good. Yes.
But this women's title match, this ruled 8 out of 10 for me.
I enjoyed it a lot too.
I like the Rose plant spot where she tried to hit and Io like flipped.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah,
I was like, wait, Sam, where were you at?
Man had to step away. It's all right. It happens.
Yeah, I think I ran to the bathroom because I was like, okay, because I can't hold my bladder. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not like Scott here, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna hold it, and then I'm just gonna go to the bathroom after the whole pay-per-view. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. So I was like, I either do this now.
I can't either. I can't laugh either.
I'm like, I either do this now or I do this during the main event.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the main event.
The main event, I mean, that's why we were here.
Yeah.
Okay, they had it, but I thought that's what I thought. But I was like, okay, but anyway, no, I thought Io had to win a couple of times with some of the moonsaults. And it made that Rose plant the one that got her the win. Like Io just like spiked herself.
Yeah.
By the way, Evil, Sam, when you say Evil, you jinxed it. Evil was at WrestleMania, you prick. He was in the crowd.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, literally, he's like, Evil's hanging out with, I was like, yeah. And then next thing I know, like 5 minutes after me and Sam talked about Evil's at WrestleMania, I'm like, oh my God, this is funny as fuck. That's a quick flight. Well, because he had a match on Saturday against Kurt Jensen, by the way, saying he lost to Shingo, the title. And I was like, well, because I guess Japan to California to get to Philly must be a long flight. But I didn't even know he was there until like after me and him were talking. I was like, holy fuck, Sam was actually kind of right. But this match, I really enjoyed this. I mean, Io, this was the best I think she's looked in a long time, honestly. But I can't say enough good stuff.
Yeah, no. I'll, when I go back and watch it, I'll follow up with you guys. Scott and I will probably be touching base with our rewatch.
Yep.
Last but not least, the main event, part 2 of the series finale of the Bloodline Bloodline Rules match. The story has been finished, folks. Cody Rhodes taking on defeating Roman Reigns to be the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion.
1,316 days as champion. I will say this match was almost as perfect as it should have been, outside of no Stone Cold. The fact that Roman lost at 1,316 days,
Missed opportunity.
And the fact that Triple H had a tweet that came out Sunday afternoon at 3:16 p.m.
Yeah.
The trolling, sirs, both of you. God bless. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was sad to the fact I didn't get the shattered glass at WrestleMania, but the Undertaker was definitely not.
I was not expecting that.
Was not expected. Yeah, the whole place kind of like blew up a little bit when that happened. But yeah, it's just, for me personally, as somebody who has been shouting this from the rooftops, and this man right here next to me can attest to this. I've said since the end of 38, I said Roman is not losing this title until WrestleMania 40. We go through 39. Everybody's picking Cody to win, and I'm like, nah. I said, no, Roman's going to win this match.
I remember that too. We did our picks last year. Literally, everybody picked Cody but you and Zach. Actually, sorry,
Zach did too. So I'll give our
you and Zach both.
I'll give Zach his side on that. But no, it's just like, to see it end live was great. And then you go back and I look at some of the videos afterwards. You see Roman smiling as he's getting pinned.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
You see him and Heyman up at the top having a huge embrace, and you can like literally tell the weight. You watch the weight fall off of Roman's shoulders.
I think he was happy.
And it was just like, yeah, like he's had in the modern era the best run as a champion. Yes, he may not have defended the title 700 times like Hogan or San Martino did back in the 80s. I get that. That's fine. But the storytelling in the Bloodline has been some of the best stuff I've ever watched in 30 plus years of wrestling. Just like of the ebbs and flows of this whole thing has just been absolutely insane. Now obviously Roman's going to go off. He's going to have a much deserved vacation. Who knows what's going to happen next? Is Paul still going to come out with Solo? Is Solo and Jimmy still going to do stuff? There's always Jacob out there who's the free agent. Might get signed. Who knows? That would be a nice, interesting twist to the Bloodline again to try to maybe bring it back, the rebuild after Roman is now done. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. And as for Cody, obviously for those of you who watched the Raw after Mania, we're gonna have Cody versus The Rock at some point, probably at SummerSlam. Rock has to leave to go do a movie for the next
Meltzer said next year's Mania.
3 months. No, that's too far out.
We were talking SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, I think, would be
better. Oh, no, I agree with somebody said, but Meltzer said that's too far out. I think they should do it at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Give it some time. Rock's going to be gone for at least 3 months, I think. Something I saw for him.
3 months, yeah, for a movie.
Yeah. So give Cody a chance to have a few good feuds in, and then The Rock shows up, and then we're going for SummerSlam, which is fine. I'm interested to see who's the next one in line. That's really the big thing. I hope we get some answers on Friday because he is the SmackDown champion. So we'll see what happens. Probably on Friday.
Did you see Rikishi's tweet?
I did not.
He said unleashing the beast, and he put the beast in capital. So I think Jacob's coming in somehow.
All right. Okay. See, like I said, I'm very interested to see how this rolls out.
Well, I guess he told a bunch of people because he was supposed to be at that Joey Janela's Clusterfuck show on midnight, like Saturday going to Sunday. Because he was supposed to be in that. As anybody's seen, he was supposed to be there, but I guess he told people there in a Fightful report that he basically signed, which honestly good. That guy's fucking talented to not be signed anywhere. I'm actually kind of glad to wear it. I know a lot of people are like, he's going to AEW. I'm actually glad he's going to WWE for a chance. Because I'll be honest with you, I mean, people on the AEW at least, you're just an E-shiner. Go fuck yourselves. But I think him going to WWE is big. Booker T wants him there. I mean, Roman probably wants him there. I mean, they're family, obviously, but But he's just too talented not to be signed anywhere. But the match, Roman's entrance was actually pretty badass. I liked the orchestra. That was badass as fuck. Brady come back. That was pretty cool. Cody's Matt. I guess the guy that did the Fiends, like Bray Wyatt's mask stuff. That was he was the one that signed.
Yep,
Cody's mask.
I saw that. Yeah, that was really cool.
But the match was, I guess, 11 out of 10. I kind of wish Mama Rose got involved a little bit, like not like, oh, like because remember Rock said, "Here, Mama Rose, I'm gonna whip Cody's blood and stuff." I just kind of wish she did something like maybe slap him or like take her, like if she had a Cody belt, like do it to him or something. But
Well,
I mean,
like maybe she's, because even Cody said when we were at the hell were we? Cody getting. Oh, it was at WWE World. I'm thinking about this like everyone's heard this. We're at WWE World, and everyone's like, oh, everyone's asking about my mom after, the whole incident. He's like, my mom's in bed before SmackDown even goes on TV.
Yeah.
yeah,
Probably even heard about that. She's not on social media.
Yeah.
So she's probably old enough where she doesn't, like, maybe she didn't have it in her.
I think she's in her 60s. I think Cody said one time in the I think like 60s or 70s or something like.
She's got to be 70s, 80s because
Or 70s, yeah, something like that. But
I was going to say, looks older than my dad. But
Jay spearing Jimmy off the stage. That was actually better than a fucking match on night one.
I know.
there was a lot. There was a lot here that
I love how Scott just agreed with me by that. By the way, that was funny. Scott's like, I know, like you did not want to admit that, but I remember Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, everything about this match. I mean, just being there. I also took my phone. The only time I took my phone out was when you just had the feeling like, okay, shenanigans is about to happen.
Yep.
When Solo came out, I took my phone out because I have to be in this moment because Stone Cold was in everyone's heads.
Yeah.
A little upset, but again,
we weren't the only ones upset by that.
What?
We weren't the only. Yeah,
it's true.
But you know what? The alternative also wasn't horrible.
No, it was Taker.
I'll take Taker.
Yeah. Roman, I know he also said on the press show after night one, he goes, when I lose the title is when I, leave the E for good or something like that. Said something along the lines of that.
That was a documentary.
So that was the documentary. Yeah, that was his doc.
Was?
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if this is it. That's his like.
Well, he posted a tweet today, and he said, "I just mourned day one is like that we get back," and he's on a treadmill and he's like making angry faces. So I think he's slowly gonna get
him from backlash for the title, and then
who knows?
But
yeah,
no. The other thing I want to make notice is the Bloodline might be the most important storyline in the 21st century of wrestling. Cody also might have just established himself winning this title as potentially the most important person in professional wrestling of the 21st century. Between leaving WWE to go to New Japan, help build a Bullet Club to lead to, Ring of Honor, build Ring of Honor up, go to AEW, create AEW, come back and do this. Like Cody Rhodes proves he is in the front of everything big in wrestling.
Yep.
Him leaving was a good idea. I like how Cena. I mean, we kind of knew Cena was going to come because, like, during his media stuff, he kept basically talking about it. So, like, he's coming. But Michael on commentary is like, "Oh no, not again! Like last year, we don't need a repeat." And then Cody kicked out the last second. I do like Roman and Solo's smoke spike spear combination.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I liked it. But Cody and The Rock for a second, the promo on Raw that did not need to go 45 minutes. I'm sorry, that did not need to go. They chanted, "This is awkward." I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is what I will say again, going back to WrestleMania 33. I was at the Raw after that where they spent the first 15 minutes
booing Roman.
Yeah.
And it was like, even to this day, I'm just like, okay, I know everyone's pissed off, but this was a waste of like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So So I would say that, yes, the same thing for The Rock. But luckily, I think The Rock knows how to handle that a lot better. But yeah, definitely a little long. But I wasn't mad that it was like a focal point.
I agree. I go beyond that. I like how I like how Roman hit the crossroads and Cody kicked out. He's like, "This move sucks. It never beats anybody." I was like, "Okay, all right. That was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie." But like, it was funny. Like I remember the first half of this match, I was like, "Huh, no blood on yet." Wait for it, and I was just sitting there like, "All right, when they coming?" And then Jimmy showed up. I'm like, "Huh." I actually thought Solo would show up first, and then Cena came, and then Jim.
First, yeah.
I will admit, Rock and Cena started off again. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Rock, you suck at taking choke trains, man. I'm sorry. Like Taker didn't even full. He got to kind of have him up. Like he half picked up like the Hulk Hogan chokes, I might call it, and he just.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
I was like, bro. I mean, I get like Rock's not as like skinny as he was like back then, but it's just like, dude, like you could lift him a little, not like Rey Mysterio, right? You just walk around the ring like carrying him.
Yeah.
But I wish it was Stone Cold, but maybe he was busy or just didn't want to. But because it was the 25th anniversary of 15, right? So,
yep,
25. Yeah, 25. I almost said 15, but I'm thinking of 25. But Cody D, honestly, if he did not win it, he would look like a geek. Ricky Starks was there, by the way. Anybody see that pictures?
Yep, Ricky and Dustin.
And Dustin, too, yeah.
Yeah, Dustin was it. Ricky was like, yeah! He's going to the E soon. We all know he's going to the E soon.
When's his contract up?
Sometime this year. I
don't know, yeah.
Probably, if I had to guess, probably this year, maybe early next year at the latest. But once his contract expires, I think he's going to WWE.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I thought we lucked out. We got to see, again, this is something where, we talk about WrestleMania 20 or 14 or 6. There's a lot of other Manias where like, oh, yeah, that one happened. Or there's a match of that one. But, like, we were at this one, and this is one that, like, borderline, like, Stone Cold winning the title, legendary, WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan, like, we were at something that was special, and I'm never going to forget this trip.
Nope.
The
only thing I wish we got to see was the stage, like, up front, but, yeah, we couldn't see the ring. That's what I think was important. Yeah. But
can you guys see the ring, or was it just, like, just barely?
No, we could see the whole ring.
We couldn't see the stage.
We could see the majority of the ramp. It just the whatchamacallit that was over the ring was the only thing that was blocking the stage. We could see like the right hand side, but we couldn't see the left hand side.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you said pictures. So I was like, It's funny. Somebody on Twitter posted. So there was seats behind the stage, like the WrestleMania stage, and somebody was literally sitting right behind one of the lights. He's like, "Cool. I guess I'm not watching the show then." I felt bad for because like the light was literally in front, so he's like, he's like, I have to stand.
No, that's the one I was talking about. That was the one I referenced. I saw a guy like that. He was just like, I was like yeah.
Okay, me saying we're thinking the same thing then. Okay. Well, I feel like if you stand behind the stage, I feel like that'd be kind of awkward. Depends where you're at, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the seating behind the stage is really, it's not going to cover the ring because it is a football stadium. It's built to, because they do concerts in those stadiums all the time. So they need to have something where everyone's going to see everything. Yep. But that's Mania 40 wrapped up in the books from above the ring. However,
overall score 9 out of 10.
However, we got one more thing to wrap up.
And unfortunately, that's not going to get wrapped up during this episode.
Oh.
Our season 3 has been one of the most fun seasons that we've done. Started off with 5 of us going for the title. John the Statman had retired, leaving us with 4, and it has just been ridiculous going through. So leading into this weekend, 4 shows left to go. I was in the lead by 1 point over Ethan. Sam and Mr. Zach were in trouble. They needed a lot of points going into this weekend to be able to catch up.
Yeah. How about NXT? Yeah.
So after night 1, it was Sam and Ethan getting points. Actually, I was up by 2 going into this weekend. Ethan gets the first point with Sam, but unfortunately, at that point, that had eliminated both Sam and Zach from title contention because they needed pretty much to perfect out to catch up. Night 2 was, let's see, that was
night 1. Me and Sam won Supercard, Zach won Stay and Deliver, and night 1.
Yeah. Night one was Stand and Deliver, and like you said, in WrestleMania Night one, I believe Zach swept the day.
Yeah, so Saturday, literally. Actually, wait. I'll give the official scores. Give me 1 sec. I'll do it right quick. I know it right on my phone. Give me 1 sec. Yeah.
Zach swept the day, but unfortunately, it didn't matter because he was already out at that point.
Dude, give me one. So final WrestleMania Day 1 scores. Me, Scott, and Sam went 4-4 because me and Sam, only reason we got half a point for each because of the tag title ladder match.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zach went 5-3, so 1 point basically for night one. Supercard, give me 1 sec.
Supercard was you and Sam. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, so Stand and Deliver. Zach was 5-1. Sam went 3-3. I unfortunately went 2-4, and Scott went unfortunately a 1-5.
That was awful. For me.
Which one was it? Stand and Deliver.
That was Stand and Deliver.
Wow.
Yeah, we were awful. So the old adage of you beating me in NXT ones continue.
Yes.
and then
year one.
I wrote finals 3-4. Was that it's Stand and Deliver? I wrote for something. What did I write that for? Fuck. Oh, so and then Supercar. Me and Sam were 8-2. Literally, this was split down the middle. Me and Sam were 8-2. Scott and Zach were 7-3.
Oh wow! So that was real close. Right.
So the reason I tied with Sam was because Don Castle won fight without Otter because I was the only one I picked. Don Castle. The other three had Johnny TV. Paul Walter Hausen, by the way, was on that show, and he got no reaction. He was one of the boys.
So we still ended up having boys. All right, fair enough.
Not the twins, but we could talk about that bullshit another time. So basically, it was down to me and Scott by 1 after Stand and Deliver. And then night 2, I took that clean sweep. Well, technically, I had 7-0 because Priest, but Scott still got a clean sweep too.
So the way we had our points were, if you got the entire night correct, you'd get a bonus point. Normally, when you clean sweep, you're going to win. So you would get 2 points for the night. But the way this all worked out, Ethan picked Damian Priest to cash in his Money in the Bank title.
Thank you.
On the first night. He ended up getting that correct, so he got the extra bonus point. He also went perfect, so he got the full point. I also went perfect.
6-0 for you. Sam went 5-1. Zach went 4-2.
So in normal terms, that would just be a tie. We would both get 2 points because we were both perfect. But Ethan got the point, the extra point because he technically won the night. So I get the 1 point for the perfect score. Ethan gets 2 points because he won the night and
clean sweep.
Correct. So in doing so, we are now deadlocked at a 12-12 tie. So we thought about maybe doing co-champions, but that's not how we roll here at Above the Ring. There's always going to be one champion. So
you don't want to pull a late cool and split the title? No, it's fine.
So
I'm the champion. No, I'm the champion.
That's right. I love it. Sam could be our
Dr. Shelby.
Thank you. So to kick off season 4, it's going to be a grudge match between myself and Men in Black Ethan for WWE Backlash.
No, actually, TNA Rebellion
on May 4th. No, we're going to do Backlash.
All right.
We're gonna do major pay-per-views here. Now we're talking about this TNA stuff. Come on.
Backlash.
TNA will be replacing Ring of Honor for season 4. We're still trying to nail down which TNA shows we're going to cover because we're not going to cover everything because God, if we do that, it's going to be ridiculous. We're going to cover shows that are not on U.S. soil, or I should say North American soil. So obviously Backlash being in France is going to be the first one. We're going to have a whole bunch of different shows that are going to be for points in season 4. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll probably do some type of rundown and we'll put something out for that. But season 4 is going to kick off with Ethan versus myself, determine the new Bedlam Wrestling Champion. And the one rule that we have to have for this is that we cannot have the same picks. We have to have at least one different pick. That way it guarantees somebody's going that somebody's going to be champion. If by some dumb luck. It still ends up being tied. We'll figure this out. But
We'll figure it. Yeah, if it matches goes to a tie somehow.
correct. But either way, if I don't win, I still have this. So just beware.
We could be going.
It's coming.
Because we've never actually said when you have to cash that in.
We always say it was till December 4th because that's when we record that Final Revolution.
Correct. Yes, because that's when.
So Scott's still got like 6 months or so left, so he's fine.
I got plenty of time.
Unless he wins the title, then he has to vacate.
Correct. I will vacate the Bedlam in the Bank. I guess we'll call it now. Yes, and then we'll determine a time and place for that to be, fought for. But that's it for this. This was one hell of a weekend. Like Sam said, I'm never going to forget this. Had a lot of fun. Very glad that I did this. We're already joking about maybe doing stuff for next year. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be more than once in a lifetime, but it will be
like Brock and Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, twice.
Ethan, just keep in mind, we're gonna get you to one of these one day with us.
I did notice that Money in the Bank this year is in Toronto.
Oh, it's in Toronto. Oh, nice.
So
nice.
yeah,
For
just
sure.
saying.
Yeah.
Get in, motherfuckers! We're going to Toronto. Beep beep.
Look, Scott and I have no problems traveling.
That's right.
We'll be there. We stand and we deliver. So,
But it's fair, get it, let's go. I'm just waiting. Honestly, I'm just waiting for them to show up my door. Beep beep, motherfucker. Get in the car.
Get in, nerds. We're going to Money in the Bank.
Well, it's funny because they're doing SmackDown, Money in the Bank, and Heatwave all at
NXT. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
well, boys, let's wrap this up. We do have NXT in a couple minutes that we're going to be watching. Guys, if you don't do so, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, at Above the Ring. You can find also should have new episodes of Uncle Sam's Santa Claus coming back to you soon. Our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That'll be the exclusive podcast. Make sure you follow me as the SOB official, Scott J Stream, and of course Ethan as Wrestling _fan_9.
Yeah, he got it.
Review. Don't forget to tell people why Bedlam Media and Above the Ring is a podcast of your choosing, why they should listen to us as well. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been WrestleMania 40. It's been the week. As always, guys, do not forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.
No.